Namaste. We will start now our today's class. So, let's start with Mangalam. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada. Okay, so let's see what we have for today. So as it is the second part, so we'll start from Prahelika. So today's Prahelika is this one. So this is Vishnu ka Vallabha Devi Loka Tritaya Charini Varna Varnavadyantimau Dattva Varnavadyantimau Dattva Kah Shabdah Tulyavachakah. We'll see the split that will make it little simpler. Vishnu ka Vallabha Devi Loka Tritaya Charini Varnau Adya Antimau Dattva Kah Shabdah Tulyavachakah. So actually first one also should have question mark here. So it is telling Vishnu. Vishnu means of Vishnu. So that is for relation. So Vishnu become Vishnu for showing the relation, like it is in case of relation. Ka is for feminine. So that is why instead of Kah, in second line you can see Kah, because whatever question might be there, Shabda is Pumlinga. So it is the question is Kah. Here Vallabha Devi. Devi is the thing for whom the question is. So Devi is a feminine. So the question interrogative word also is in feminine. तो विष्णु का वल्लभा देवी लोक त्रितय चारिणी. So which Devi or who is the Devi? Vallabha means somebody who is Priya. So who is Priya or like Vishnu's near to Vishnu? Which Devi is near to Vishnu? And Loka Tritaya Charini, and she roams in the all three worlds. So that is the first question. So now to answer that question, this is the clue. Second one, Varnau. Varnau means letter. It is for two letters. Varna, Varnaha is one letter. Varnau is two letter. Varnaha are many letters. So Varnau means two letters. Adya. Adya means beginning. Antimau. So joining together we are saying to Adi and Antima. So first and last letter. Dattva. Dattva is given. So if first two letters are given, then Kaha Shabdaha, which word? Tulyavachakaha. So Tulya means for comparison. Vachaka means one who tells the comparison, or a word which is used for comparison. So it is telling who is the feminine goddess, or feminine goddess is anyway feminine. So who is the goddess who is Priya to Vishnu and who roams into all three worlds. So how you will figure out that goddess is Varna Adyantimau Dattva. So in her name, in her goddess name, if you put the beginning letter and end letter, some letter, first letter, Adi letter and Ant letter, if you add, then whatever Shabda becomes, that Shabda is used for comparison. So this is the riddle. So answer of this is the riddle that Shabda is Samana. So for comparison, equality. Tulya means equal. So equal, for equal, the word is Samana. So if you remove the first word Sa and last word Na, then middle word remains, that is ma. The ma is the another name of Lakshmi. So this is the solution of this riddle, and this is not something very interesting one, but it is there, so we have to study. There are other riddles which are really interesting. They may come in next chapters. Next we'll go to Sangrahya Vishayaha. So today's our goddess is Saraswati. So before starting, so there are two things you are seeing here. Here it is written Saraswati, and here it is written Saraswati. So this is very important. It is not like just a matra thing. It is very, very important, because if you will not chant or pronounce it in this way, meaning will totally get different. So like if you say Saraswati Namastubhyam, so it is totally different meaning what you are telling. So Saraswati, when you say, then it is Saraswati is in Prathama Vibhakti. It means Saraswati is the agent of the in the sentence. Means Saraswati is doing this thing. When you are saying Saraswati, means to you. You are addressing Saraswati. Oh Saraswati, to you. So similarly, here you can say Kama Rupini. This also is written in small, where if you see other places, it might be written in Kama Rupini. So there, if that way you will write, so that whoever you are addressing, he is doing a his agent in that particular sentence, whatever you are saying. And if you make it small, then it becomes like you are addressing him or addressing her. So like Sita, when you say Sita, so then it means Sita is doing something. So if you remember Ramayana or any other places where some drama is there, where Sita name is there, so when addressing Sita, then Sita will not be told. Then it will be told as Site. Site, come here. Like that is the way it is. When you will say Sita, it means you are calling Sita. Oh Sita. When you are say Sita, then Sita is doing something. So this is our anyway prayer shloka. So we know it, but anyway we'll see the Vicheda again. So Saraswati Namaha Tubhyam. Namaha Tubhyam becomes Namastubhyam Varade Kama Rupini. Vidya Arambham becomes Vidyarambham. Karishyami, this is future tense verb, and me is telling like it is for self. So from me you can still understand. Siddhir Bhavatu is made of Siddhi Bhavatu. Bhavatu is again a different verb. This we have read in just last class. Pathatu. So like Pathatu is there, Bhavatu is this. Me is for mama, for me. Sada is always. So, O Saraswati, Namah Tubhyam, my salutations to you. And her name itself is Varade, you are a boon giver. Kamarupini, you can take forms whatever you wish. So, Vidyarambham Karishyami, I am starting my study, I am starting my learning. Siddhihi Bhavatu, let it be successful, may, to me, Sada, always. So, O Goddess Saraswati, or O Saraswati, O Varade Kamarupini Saraswati, my salutations to you. I am going to start my study. Let it be successful always. This is the meaning for this one. Next one is again for Saraswati. That is, you can see again here, Sharada. Devi name is Sharada, but what is written here? Sharade, because there is a very nice Hindi, nice and famous also Hindi bhajan, or you can say poem kind of thing. He Sharade Ma, He Sharade Ma, Ajjanata se hame tar de ma. So means when you address somebody, you will say in different form. So Sarada is different, Sharade is different. So whenever you are doing these shlokas, if you are not careful enough, so actually what you are asking in that shloka is totally different what you are intending. So it is better to know them. At least these simple ones. So Namaste Sharade Devi. Here you see it becomes Devi, not Devi. Earlier it was Devi, now it is Devi. Kashmir Purvasini. Twamaham prarthaye nityam vidyam buddhim cha dehi me. So let's split it. Namaha te. Te is to you. Namaha is salutation. Sharade Devi Kashmir Purvasini. So if you people remember, there is a Sharada Peeth which is in Kashmir. So that is in Pakistan occupied Kashmir now. So Sharada means now our Sringeri Peeth also means Sharada place only. So but since she is from means she initially is from there, so it is that is the way the prayer is happening. Like O Sharade Devi, who is the resident or who lives in Kashmir, Namaha Te, salutations to you. Then it says Tvam. Tvam means to you. Aham, me. Prarthaye. Prarthaye is a Atmanepadi verb. Prarthayate. Prarthaye. Vande. Like that. Aham prarthaye. I pray. Tvam. To you. Nityam. Always. I always pray to you. Vidyam. Buddhim. Cha. Vidya and buddhi. Knowledge and logic. Dehi me, give to me. So, Sharade Devi and O goddess who lives in Kashmir, Namahate, salutations to you. I pray to you. Tvam aham prarthaye nityam. I pray to you always. Vidyam buddhim cha dehi me. Give me vidya and buddhi. So next is the Subhashitam. Okay, so this is the best Subhashita what I feel in this whole course. So the title I have written it. I think you also will agree with it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sorry for the disturbance, sir. So your video is not seen.
Video is not seen.
Yes, sir.
For others also it is not.
Thank you.
No,
Able to see, sir.
we are able to see. I'm able to see.
So some
Sir, you are
issue
actually in
at
the corner, and
no, I
sir, you are
for
in the
me it is
corner.
okay. For me, if she's not seeing, it is okay. Slides she should see. So I am in corner.
No, sir, your eyes are also not visible. Like your
No, my
nose is
eyes
nothing.
are small, I think. Anyway, slide is which
No, sir,
matters.
your
Yeah,
upper part is kind of like it
it's
is
okay.
cutting by.
That is okay. That I think Kalyani Bhagini, there is some issue at your end if you are not seeing because slide is visible to others, and that is what matters. Well,
Sir, now it's all right. Sorry for the disturbance, sir.
okay, it's okay. If you are not seeing, you should tell, right? So this is the best Subhashita in this book in my taste. So and what I came with moral or one word for this is Kaksha Yaha. Kaksha. So this there are two words Kaksha. So normally we use Kaksha. Kaksha means class. So mostly it is used for that classroom. So when you say Kaksha, Kaksha is mostly used for the group of students who are studying. So Kakshayah, of Kaksha means of a class. Mahatvam. What is the point of doing a class? So you can simply see some video, read some books which are already written, go through somebody's notes. Why you need to attend a live class? Uh, Live means nowadays live, otherwise in classroom. Why it is important? And how the learning grows. So this is very nicely captured here. So that is why I like it. I hope you people also will like it. So Acharyat Padamadatte Padam Shishyah Swamedhaya Padam Sabrahmacharibhyah Padam Kala Kramena Cha. So let's see the split. So it is आचार्यात् पादम् आदत्ते पादं शिष्यः स्वमेधया पादं स ब्रह्मचारिभ्यः पादं कालक्रमेण च. So padam you already know. So padam is quarter. So that we had seen in when we were studying time. So sapada, padona, sardha, panchadhik, panchanyuna, like that we had seen in time. So padam means quarter. So here it is telling acharyat, from your teacher. From your teacher. Acharyat padam, quarter, adatte. Adatte is the verb. So you get quarter of knowledge from your teacher. Padam, quarter again. Shishyah, swamedhaya. Swa means self, and medha, medha is your logic. Medha is your intellect. So whatever is the capability of that particular student, quarter he learns from himself. That his inherent capability, whatever he has got. And padam sabrahmacharibhya. So sabrahmacharibhya means this is the co-student or your people who are studying. So you learn quarter because of them. And 3 quarters are done. Last quarter is padam kala kramena cha. So and last quarter of your knowledge comes in due course of time. So you cannot do that at the time when you are doing. It will come slowly to you. So if you see, it puts, I think, emphasis on everything. It tells like if you are very intelligent, then and you are not studying with anyone at any level for everyone, then you are going to lose this quarter, whatever you get directly if somebody teaches you. And if somebody is teaching very well and you are lagging in this one, swamedha you is not good, then again you will struggle here. If you are not having fellow people with whom you are talking, discussing, or you can say a little bit competing, then again you will leave this part because you will not see the other part of picture. And if you try to learn something very quick, like in 10 class I want to learn this thing completely, then also you are not understanding the process of learning, because time will make you understand few things. So this is the subhashitam for the day. We'll come to, okay, this also story. This also is about vidyayah mahatvam. This also is about vidyayah. So about of vidya mahatvam. Mahat means greatness, or you can say value. So what is the use of vidya or greatness of vidya or value of vidya? So this is a story. So even this story doesn't uses any lot or prerana kind of verbs, even but it uses all the past tense verbs only. So past tense verbs we read in chapter 4. So what is the time? 8:18. Okay, so we have time. So I think you people can start reading it, and we'll try to explain if anything is not proper. Yeah, who is going to start?
Ekam nagaram
Okay.
asita.
Ekam nagaram
Tatra Rama.
asit. No, just read one sentence is enough. Yeah, we'll come back once. So
Okay.
ekam nagaram asit. What is the meaning?
Ekam means ek, one.
One
Nagaram means some city
city.
or some, and asit means someone living there
No. So
or
asit
koi
is,
rehta tha.
no, asit is past tense for asti. Asti is, asit is was. So ekam nagaram
Wow.
asit. So there was a city. Okay. Next, who is?
तत्र रामः सोमः इति मित्रद्वयम् आसीत्.
So let me repeat.
There were
Let me read it. Actually, one reading issue was there. So tatra Ramah Somah iti mitra dvayam. Da is half, Da
Dvayam.
is there, and
Okay.
Yam is there. Dvayam Asit. Yeah, please continue.
So that means there were two friends, Rama and the other person. I don't know, the page is
Soma.
gone 1 minute.
Soma.
What is the page number?
Soma.
Vidyam, Rama, Soma. So there were two friends, Rama and Soma.
Yes, yes. Tatra means there. Ramaha Soma
There
iti.
were
So now Ramaha
there
Soma
were
iti
two
means Rama Soma named Mitra Dvayam, two friends. Dvayam for two, Mitra for Mitra. Asit was. Yes. Next.
Ramah
Uh-huh.
Vidyan Ichati.
Huh.
So Rama wants to study.
Yes.
Rama
Wants
Vidyan
Vidya. Yes.
Somaha Dhanam Ichati. He
Huh.
wants money.
Soma wants money or wealth, we can say.
Health.
Yeah. Next. Kalyani Bhagini.
Mitradvayam.
Somah.
Mm-hmm. No, ekada. What happened? We are here.
I have a doubt in this sentence.
Yeah, please, let me.
Once.
Yes, please. Tell me.
Can I ask now?
Yeah, please ask.
In the first sentence, Mitradvayam, and in the current sentence, Ekada Mitradvayam, why there is a difference in the Dvayam?
Okay, that we will study today. That actually one part you have already studied. So if you remember that, I think it was in chapter 1 or 2. So the rule is when you have next varna as swara, then this ma comes here. And when you have next varna as vyanjana, then it becomes a dot. So this we have already read. So if you see everywhere we are following that. Ekam. So here it is dot because next is a vyanjana. But nagaram we are not putting a anuswara, but we are putting a makara because next is a swara. So similarly for everything you can check that dhanam. So dhanam dot we are not putting anuswara, we are putting makara because next is swara. It is clear, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I will read my own. It looks like people are not interested. So.
Ekada.
Okay. Okay, Shivam. Yeah, you read.
एकदा मित्रद्रव्यं विदेशम् अगच्छत्. एकदा मित्रद्रव्यं विदेशम् अगच्छत्. Ekada means once time. And मित्रद्वयं means दोनों मित्र. Videsham means somewhere outside India. And agachatu means it should be verb because it is red. So gaye वहाँ पे
went. Yes, correct. So let me repeat. So ekada is once. It is avyaya. So it will always be ekada. It will not change. Mitra dvayam. So both friends or two friends. Videsham doesn't mean like outside India only, because if it is a ekada kahani, because now Videsham is outside India, but earlier small countries were there. So Videsham could be going to some other, nearby.
Raja
Maharaja. Monarchy kind of system was there. Agachat. Agachat is a verb. So verb is telling like went. So, next one. Who is taking?
Sir.
Sriramulu Garu.
Sir, sides are not appearing, sir. Two sides are not full appearing, sir.
Okay, then.
Sir, sir, Somaha Dhana Sampadam Akaroti.
No. Let me point where, if you can see my cursor. So we are now here. Ramaha. रामः तत्र विद्याभ्यासम् अकरोत्.
Sir, sir,
Okay. Oh,
yes,
I got
in
it.
that,
Some issue might be there. Yeah.
okay, sir.
Hmm. Jayanti,
Ramah Tatra
let Jayanti
Vidyabhasam
Bhagini also
Akarot.
take Shivam. I will come back to.
रामः तत्र विद्यारम्भ्यासम् अकरोत्.
No, Vidyabhyasam. Vidyabhyasam.
Sorry,
Ah,
विद्याभ्यासम्
yes.
अकरोत्. सोमः धनस्भ्यास
Sampadana.
धनस्वादनम्
Hmm.
अकरोत्.
Good. So wait. So what I may if I may suggest, try to pronounce slowly. So because the word is written together, it is big, right? So when you will feel like it is big and it is tough. So but it is not. So Ramah tatra vidyabhyasam akarot. So tatra is there, Rama is the person, Rama akarot, what Rama did. What Rama did? Vidyabhyasam. He
Learned
learned. Where he learned? Tatra, there. So
there.
there were in Videsha, in the other country. And so Maha akarot. What Soma did? Dhana sampadanam. So, Soma worked on something to earn money or wealth. Next.
Anekani Varshani
Mark.
Agachan.
Agachan. So, anekani varshani agachan. What is agachan?
Netradvayam.
Wait.
Agachan means something.
So, agachan is plural. So, it is telling went. Because anekani is plural. Varshani is plural. So, many
Yes.
years passed by. Anekani varshani agachan. Many years passed. Next.
मित्रद्वयम् अपि स्वनगरम् आगच्छत्. So both the friends came to their city.
So here what we need to take care of. When a is small, then it is for going. When a becomes capital, agachat. So it is for coming. So in past tense,
Okay.
because a and a got added. Mitra dvayam, both the friends. Api also. Swa self. Nagaram city. Agachat. So many years went by, and that both the friends also came back to their city.
Marge Chora Agachan.
I
Yes,
see
sir.
everyone has opened their mic, so only one who is speaking, please. Oh, rest everyone, please mute. Yes, Kalyani Bhagini, you speak.
Yes, sir. Shall we speak?
Yeah, please.
Nagare Maharajah Asti.
No.
Asti.
Here. Marge chorah,
Marge Chorah Agachan.
chorah,
Som, sir.
chorah.
Chorah.
No.
Chorah
Uh,
Agachan.
very nice. Agachan. Meaning?
Somyasaya
No. Meaning of
Thanam
this much.
Aharan.
Meaning of this much first tell. Marge choraah agachan. Marge is in the.
Meaning of the sentence is
Yeah.
they stole so much money.
No, not like that. I want word by word meaning so that you can build your vocabulary and.
On the way, thieves came, sir.
On the way, thieves, many thieves came. And this is, you have to see, like this is agachat was for one
They
floor,
stole so much money.
and agachan, it is plural. So marge on the way, chorah, thieves, agachan, came. So next, who is taking? Now you can mute, please. Yes.
Somasya Dhanam Aharanam. Somasya Dhanam Aharanam. Somasya means
Somasya
so
of
so much
Soma.
of
Of Soma.
so
Soma was
of
there,
some
right? So of Soma, Dhanam, money,
dhanam
Ahran.
money. Aran means arna, like
Stole. So
stole.
Somasya, whatever money Soma had, Somasya money they stole. Yeah. Next one. Yes, Jayanti Bhagini.
Nagare
मित्रद्वयं नगरम् आगच्छत्.
Anantaram.
Afterwards,
Anantaram. Mitradvayam Nagaram
two
Agachat.
friends, they came to the city, Agachat.
Later, Anantaram is later. Mitradvayam, both friends, came to city. Nagaram.
Agachat.
Next one. Tilaka Bhagini.
नगरे महाराजः आसीत्. There was a king in the city.
Yes, very nice. Next one.
सः मित्रद्वयं मित्रद्वयम् अपश्यत्.
Yes. So
the two friends came, is it?
no. Saha means whom. When we say pronoun, then we have to look the earlier sentence. So earlier sentence was Maharaja. So like in English also we say, right, Rama came and he went to there. Now who is he? You have
So he saw two friends, is it?
Saha, yes. Saha apashyat. He saw what he saw. Mitradvayam. He saw both friends.
Oh, he saw both friends. Okay.
Dvayam is there, right? So those two friends he saw. Next.
Anantaram mrityudvayam Anantaram vidyavantam Ramam avahita.
Ahvayat.
Ahvayat.
Anantaram is later again, because Anantaram came here also. Later. Vidyavantam, one who is special, means frequent or learned in Vidya. That person is Ramam, to Rama. Ahvayat means called. Later he called the learned Rama. And what he said? Tvam mantri sthane tishtha. You tishtha means you take mantri sthane, in the place of mantri. You become my minister. Like this, iti avadat. He said like this, like you become my mantri. Next one. Ramaha mantri abhavat. Rama became mantri. Yeah.
Soma vidyavihin.
Soma vidyavihinaha.
Soma vihinaha. Soma was not learned.
Yeah, he was illiterate, you can say, or yeah. So saha
जीवनार्थं रामस्य सेवकः अभवत्.
So he became servant
the
of
servant
Rama
for Rama
for living. Jivanartham, for living sake.
For life.
For living, I think for life, he can, life is okay, but for doing the livelihood. Jivanartham Ramasya Sevaka Abhavat. So this is, the story is telling you what is the place of Vidya. So if you know that, you may end up as a minister, and one who has money, time might steal it and bring him or her down from that top to bottom at any time. So this is the story. This story is about past tense. So today's Vangmaya Parichaya, we have Mahabharatam. So everyone knows Mahabharatam, what it is. So Mahabharatam is having a title which is called as Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha. So we know, like currently in our time there are 4 Vedas. So okay, so actually there is only one Veda. So there was only one Veda. When? Before Krishna, means before Vyasa time. So Vyasa only made it 4 Vedas. So because he made 4, that is why he is called as Vyasa. Vyasa means expanding. Vyasa is diameter in Sanskrit, means somebody who expanded. So who expanded Veda is called as Vyasa. So it might be one person or it might be a title given to many people. So initially, when it got expanded, then there are 3 Vedas only. Vedatrayi, like most of the time you will read, if you read olden literature, you will see Vedatrayi. And later, somewhere, it started like 4 Chatvara Vedaha. So now Mahabharata is Itihasa. It is not Veda or something. It is Itihasa, and it is so important Itihasa, and it has so much knowledge or Niti inside it. Like sometimes it gets a title of fifth Veda. So that is what is told here. Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha. Panchamo is because of Sandhi. It is Panchamaha. So Mahabharatam is fifth Veda. This is what is the value of Mahabharata is there. Another one saying is there. Yadi hasti tadanyatra yanne hasti natat kvachit. So this particular thing tells how big or how expanded and how much it covers about life. So yadi hasti means whatever is there in Mahabharata, tad anyatra, that only is there outside. So whatever you read in Mahabharata, that only you will see in the world. Yanne hasti, yat na ihasti, whatever is not in Mahabharata, natat kochit, that you will not see outside also. So what is trying to tell, like all the shades of human life and human character and situations, good, bad, everything, all the characters you will find in Mahabharata. None of the characters what you see in world, you cannot match them in Mahabharata. Where whatever is, means other way of saying it, whatever is not in Mahabharata, that is not everywhere. So that is the second saying. This all I have taken from your book only. I am explaining it so that when you read your own, you can relate it better. So there is a story behind it, like when Vyasa decided to write Mahabharata, so he wanted somebody who can write for him. He will tell the slokas or whatever couplets, and he has to write. So he was looking somebody wise who can write. So someone suggested him to pray for Lord Ganesha because he is the wisest and he can write for him. So he prayed and he got him appear himself in front of himself. So when Ganesha appeared, he kept a condition, like I will write only on a condition, like you will not stop. When you will start speaking, you will speak or keep on going till the finish of the Grantha. So that is very tough thing. So another counter thing Vyasa proposed, like he said, it's okay, I accept your condition, but you will not write anything without understanding. So if I am speaking continuously and you are just writing without understanding, so that way it will not go. I will keep continuously speak, but you have to understand and write. So they both agreed and they started, means the writing started. So whenever Vyasa was out of like word, or he was not able to frame something that quickly, as quickly was the agreement was, so he will frame this kind of shlokas, which are called as rahasya shlokas. So they are so tough, or you can say they have so deep meaning that even Ganapati was taking time to understand them, and in between that time Vyasa will make his next shlokas in his mind. So like this 800 shlokas are there, and they are, as usual, they are scattered in all Mahabharata. So total, if you add all part of Harivansa Purana also is part of Mahabharata. If you join them together, so you have around more than 1 lakh shlokas in Mahabharata. Yes.
Sir, sorry, sir. Sir, I wanted to know that these 800 Vyasa Shloka, we already spotted them or we still finding them?
No, it is not like one meaning doesn't satisfy all, right? So thing is, research people are doing, like once somebody says like this might mean this, then somebody next will come and he will reinterpret and say this might mean like this. Still, it is open for you. If you want, you also can go and read and try to see what others had given meaning and if you have any other meaning. So rahasya means
Still research is going on those.
Nah, that is like n-dimensional field. Any meaning you can make. I remember reading
Okay,
one
Guru.
book some 10 years back. It was written by some Maharshi kind of title person from Maharashtra. He had converted all the Gita into such a meaning with all Sanskrit meaning also, like it is it is a fight happening inside the human body. It is not Kaurava and Pandava and all those things. He matched everything accordingly. You have 100 nadis, you have 5 Gyanendriyas, so they are Pandavas. Man is your Krishna. So like that. So it is up to your imagination. So it is open for this thing.
Okay, so this scope is open for everyone. Like whoever.
Yeah. So
Okay, Guruji.
yeah. So apart from 1 lakh shlokas, it has 700 shlokas, which I think everyone is fond of. That is Bhagavad Gita. So Song of Lord. So Bhagavad Gita. So this also comes from Mahabharata. So this is 700 shlokas, which where Krishna, everyone knows what is that. Why it is called Mahabharatam? Why not Bharatam only? Because it is because of Mahatvat, because its value, and Bharavatvat, and the amount of literary work, it is called as Mahabharatam. So this much you have at this level, and slowly as we will go in other levels, we'll keep on getting stories from Mahabharata, and even some Gita shlokas also we will get in third level. So as of now, this much is there. So with this, we come to our Vyavhara part. So that we'll see in our book. So let's come to book and let's see. I want to finish little early so that we can do some exercises our own. And if you are not seeing the slides, you already I have shared this PDF. You can open. I'm not telling anything from outside. So you can see what I am talking. All story and all is from here only. So what we are going to learn today is SMA. So this is what we have said, SMA. So now this SMA is a very you can say very capable thing. So as of now, you have seen apathat, apathatam, apathan, all the past tense forms. So suppose you have some problem in past tense, then this is one shorthand solution. So if at the end of any sentence you add sma, that whole sentence becomes past tense. So like Gopalaha abhinayam karoti. So abhinayam means acting. Karoti is a present tense verb. So Gopala, someone Gopala is doing some acting. Now if you add sma, then it will become past. So Gopala was acting or used to act. So this sma is always will remain as sma only, and you can add it anywhere. So you will add it in present tense only. So like te bhajanam kurvanti. Those people are doing bhajana. And te bhajanam kurvanti sma. So they were doing bhajana or they used to do bhajana. Aham nrityam karomi. So I dance. I am dancing. If I add aham nrityam karomi sma, so I used to dance or I was dancing. Same thing you can say aham nrityam akarot. sorry, akurvam. Aham is there, so aham nrityam akurvam. So, but instead of remembering verb forms, you can remember the present tense only and add the sma. This is very easy or nice thing for communication. If you want to talk in Sanskritam, so sma will make your life easy. Taha vijnanam pathayanti. So those ladies teaching. They are teaching what? They are teaching science. And if you add sma, so they were teaching science. Vayam asatyam vadamaha. So we are telling lies. So if you add sma, it will become Vayam asatyam vadamaha sma. We were telling the lies.
So all we have to do is that sma.
I didn't
All we
get
have
you.
to do is just that sma.
Yes, yes, yes. So here it is
Okay.
written, you must note that sma is always suffixed to a present tense form. It is obvious also because you will not add in past tense to make it past tense. Now comes the Lekhana Niyama, whatever Tilaka Bhagini asked today. So the some part of this is the writing law, not the while speaking. So some part we have already read in chapter 1 or 2. So it is telling observe two sentences. One has Anuswara dot here. Aham Grantham, everywhere dot dot is there for ma sound. And you see one here which has ma sound. So there are some rules for writing. So first rule tells if Anuswara is followed by a vowel, so then letter ma is written. So this we had already read in earlier chapters, like Pustakam Anayati. This same Pustakam will be written as dot here if it is Nayati. Pustakam Nayati. If you remove a, then this ma also will come and become a Anuswara in writing. Kshiram Ichhati. So because it is E, here it is Kshiram, not Anuswara. Jalam Ushnam Asti. So after in every word is starting from Swara, so that is why all Anuswaras are in form of Makara. This rule already we know. Second rule is, it is telling if Anuswara is at the end of sentence, then letter Ma will come. So if you are writing Etat Pustakam, so instead of putting dot here, you will put it Ma because there is a Purna Viram or full stop here. Ayodhya Sundaram Nagaram. So here you are putting dot because next is Na, and here you are putting Makara because next is the sentence end. Aham Vakyam Avadam. So I uttered sentence or I spoke something. So here also you see last one is Ma. So here it is Makara. So apart from these two things, anywhere where Makara comes, it is going to be a Anuswara. So that is already written. So what in short, if we tell, there are only two rules. If next to Anuswara Swara is coming, then it will become Makara. If Vyanjana is coming, then it will remain as Anuswara. If that Anuswara is coming at the end of a sentence, then it will become Makara. That's it. So now let's see if we have anything else for today. So this is Sma. So what is the homework after this? I'm expecting again, I still want you to record the story and share. And then Vyavaharik Shabda, I think you are learning from book. So keep on learning that. And do exercises in the book. And now sakalyam.org also you try to do chapter 5 because now you already know. And today you have to know like half of the book is completed. So 5 chapters we have done. So next half only is remaining. So 10 more classes. So next class will begin the 6th chapter. And now we will do the exercises for the remaining time.